Arsenal are in absolute crisis right now. Another injury in Dubai. Hang on, didn't we go to Dubai to prevent injuries, to give the players a rest? What's going on in now? Are we just cursed with attackers now? Get this, yeah? According to Sammy Mockbell, Arsenal striker Kai Havertz suffers worrying muscular injury scare on the club's winter training camp in Dubai. Sources indicate the issue is hamstring related, but a full diagnosis is unconfirmed. Players and staff returning from UAE today. Another injury, and this is probably the worst one. Now we don't have any strikers now. We've been calling for a striker all season, and now we don't have any. We're in crisis right now, and it's all because we didn't do anything in our January transfer window. We didn't get any business done. And because of that, look at us now. We barely have any attackers left, let alone strikers. Who have we got left? Trossard and Sterling. That's it. I mean, you could argue Ethan Nwari as well, but Ethan Nwari naturally plays an attacking midfielder. It's gotten ridiculous now. We're not even paper thin anymore. So what does this mean for us now? Are we going to have to change up our formation here? What are we going to change it up to? A 4-4-2? And who would play in that? Would it be Odegaard, Declan Rice? Would it be Mikel Mourinho? Would it be Thomas Partey? Would Sterling maybe get in there, or even Nwari? Look, at the end of the day, this all boils down to the fact that we have done nothing in the January transfer window. We took a risk. We took a massive risk with this, and it did not pay off. And if it's as bad as they say, if it really is a hamstring injury, that is our season over with. We're not coming back from that. We don't have the attack anymore. We barely have an attack left. At some point, you just have to start asking questions now. But look, apparently, they say that our lack of activity was due to the Arsenal board not wanting to buy anyone and wanting to wait until summer. I mean, look, the reality is we didn't get anyone. I think we struggled to get like loan deals across the line because the clubs wanted to take absolute advantage over us. They knew we were desperate and they were going to take full advantage. But now what? What do we do now? Well, we go up against Leicester in I think 3 days. Who are we gonna play at this point? Even I don't know the answer now. This season we have been absolutely riddled with injuries. And I think we've had not just one, but 2 injury crises in one season. And I'm not going to use that as an excuse to say, oh, this is why we're not winning the league, this is why we're not winning trophies, because we've been riddled with injuries. And whilst that is a part of it, but at the same time, you look at our summer transfer business and our January transfer business. Our transfer windows have been very, very poor. You look at who we brought in. We've brought in Calafiori, good signing, and Mikel Mourinho, who's a very good squad player. And then when we loaned out Reece Nelson, I'm assuming we had this idea that we were going to bring someone else in, but it didn't work out, and in a panic we had to loan in Sterling. That's just not good business. It isn't. And then you look at the January transfer window. If we did anything in that, we got rid of a few players that weren't ever going to make it into the first squad. Other than that, we didn't do anything. Well, regardless, the reality is we're in crisis right now. With Kai Havertz out, and as much as slack as Kai Havertz got, we still needed him. But we don't have any attackers anymore. Well, we do, but we've got less than bare minimum now. So, is the formation going to stay the same? Are we going to play a 4-3-3? Are we going to maybe put Trossard left, Raheem Sterling right, and put Ethan Wary in a striker's position? Would we perhaps bring a player out of the forward and into the midfield, play a 4-4-2 formation? Regardless, this season has been an absolute disaster. Unbelievable. Again, we need to wait for the full diagnosis. But according to Sami Mokbel again, the sources indicate the issue is hamstring related, and that's never a good sign. But with these players out, the lack of players that we brought in, this season, I feel, is kind of just doomed to fail now. I can't see us winning anything, even with our attack fully fit. And now that most of them are injured, I can definitely not see us winning anything. In more news though, according to the Arsenal podcast, I don't know how reliable of a source it is, but according to them, Nico Williams could be coming to Arsenal in the summer. Apparently, we're ready to activate his release clause and agree with a 5-year-long contract for 300k a week. That's a lot of money for one player, 300k. And with Nico Williams, he's definitely a great player. Don't get me wrong, I would love to have him in the team. But wages have always been a concern for me. Things like this with wages, if he's not performing well, and I'm not saying he won't, maybe he will, but let's say theoretically, he doesn't perform well, but he's still on 300k a week. What happened to the likes of the other players who are being paid less than that, but are performing better? They're going to start demanding more money, and I can see that just spiraling out of control. But Nico Williams, I would definitely love to see him in the squad. And if we can make it work, I think we should make it work. But again, top priority is a striker. A few rumours have kind of come out, obviously with the Zubimendi business, saying that's more or less done. It's just a matter of putting pen to paper come summer. I've also heard talk about Benjamin Sesko. Apparently, few people were saying that might be already more or less done, and it's just a matter of putting pen to paper. If this is the case, theoretically, it's definitely good to see us doing a bit of business. We need to get business done. We should have really got it done in January. We didn't get it done in January. And it's going to cost us this season. It already has cost us this season. But now I think it's going to cost us more. Without our attackers, I can see us dropping more points. And just, you look at it, you look at our squad, the lack of depth in it. You look at how poor our attack's been this season. I absolutely cannot. I cannot see us winning the Premier League. Definitely not. I can't see us winning the Champions League. With Premier League, Liverpool 6 points ahead. Obviously, they've got their game in hand against Everton. Maybe they drop points. But even if they drop points, that under normal circumstances, that would be an incentive to go out and try and close the gap a bit more. But you can only close that gap if you have the attack to close it. If you have the attack to score you goals, to win you games. They've said a few times, I've heard, that great attackers win you games, great defenders win you league titles. Where's our league title then? We've got great defenders. We've bragged about having the best defence in the league. I don't know how true that really is at this point. But we've definitely got a great defence, and we've got a great midfield. But we don't have the attack. Even with all our players, let's say theoretically all our players are back, we still don't have that attack. We're not lethal. And because of that, we have lost the league title, I think. And if Liverpool win against Everton, I feel like they can take a bit more comfort in that now. I think they've won it. I think they've already won it, but I think beating Everton will more or less seal the deal now. Liverpool's not a team that looks like they're going to lose. And with our attack more or less out at this point, we don't look like, I don't think, that we're going to win a lot of games. But let me know what you think down below. Like and share, it really helps the channel, and please subscribe, and I will see you in the preview for the Leicester game. Peace.